the most powerful clinical interaction that I think a clinician, and that includes all of you and ourselves, can use is to use the word "you're safe." That label is much more meaningful than you've got PTSD or ADHD or you've got whatever else you might, functional dyspepsia, IBS. What patients really, and that of course is the vagus hearing the word safety, you know, the specialist telling you that you've got symptoms and I'm going to try and manage the symptoms, but overall you're safe. You can see, and I've seen it so often, that the patient's body language changes immediately. The vagus nerve has picked that up and has actually allowed the resetting of where they are in that thing. So going back to hardware and software, if we can think of it that way, most interesting at the moment anyway is chronic fatigue syndrome, long COVID, and of course PTSD, which now covers not only people who've been in terrible traumatic situations like war, civilians being caught up, soldiers being caught up in warfare, as you know. PTSD is inevitable. 60-70% come back madly disabled by what they've seen, etc. And then there are all the functional disorders that we see in our clinics. So there are a huge range of medically unexplained disorders, which we tend to pigeonhole, which at this point in time, 2025, with the knowledge that we have, my rather revolutionary view, it's not my view, but I would like people to start thinking about it physiologically rather than in terms of nomenclature. I think it makes it a lot easier to understand. And patients really pick up the story of seeking well-being, because they'll often say to you, and they might have never mentioned it before, you've got your nervous system constantly looking to put you in a safe place. And they'll say, for a long time I've been in an unsafe place. When I was a child, I was bullied at school, or, my parents divorced or whatever. And you would not get that out of the clinical encounter. You'd normally be talking about the physical problem. Yes. But these are cues which they find very easy. And you can start talking about it. And as we mentioned before we came on, this is part of the therapy, really, is to say you're safe.